I'll just speak very briefly on this. I just feel that, again, any tax or measure that government takes discriminates the people of rural Ireland. I mean, you talk about taxes all of the time and lowering CO2 emissions in vehicles. But what you don't think about is that there is an issue in rural Ireland. We're not getting the same chances. There is regional imbalance. And you're not addressing those issues, but you're loading us and hammering us with taxes all of the time because you've bowed to a meaningless, empty, green rhetoric, which has nothing to offer the people of Ireland, of Ireland in general, or rural Ireland. And again, we're paying the price for this aspiration. And we're being punished for this. I mean, there's constant, and people say it to me in my offices all of the time, that they really do feel that they're being discriminated against and kept down. I mean, we see tax after tax, and I know I've had many conversations with over the carbon tax with contractors and farmers, and also disillusionment among Board na Móna workers, up to 1,000 workers going to lose jobs. And I don't care what scheme you're bringing in. We're talking, lately the government is talking about a bog rehabilitation scheme. That is not going to replace 1,000 jobs. And this is a region, the Midlands is a region which hasn't been given enough supports by government. It's been very disadvantaged for many years. I mean, I called for a Western Development Commission type model to be set up as far back as 2016. And if that type of a thing was done in advance, maybe we wouldn't be in such a dire situation. But for us, it's tax after tax after tax, and we're not seeing anything. I mean, one perfect example of that is I've been contacted by many companies and people working from home. They haven't even basic broadband infrastructure. And there's a great announcement about a rollout of broadband. I would have imagined, surely to God, common sense should have prevailed and you should have prioritised the Midlands region, which is already under an unjust transition, which is already facing job losses. For us, at this point in time, it's not only about job creation, but it's actually becoming about job retention. And the fact that you're slapping taxes on us all of the time, and slapping measures on us, and we're not seeing the benefit of it, is very, very concerning. And I would just ask government and ask the Minister for Finance to please bear it in mind that before you take any measure, or before you try to do the good thing and implement green policy, which doesn't make sense, and which does not, as I say, meet the needs of people in rural Ireland, we're paying the price for this aspiration and this empty rhetoric, really being punished. But before you make any decisions, you need to think about those regions, and you need to also remember that there's serious regional imbalance, that people are struggling, and that the Midlands is a region where we have the second lowest rate of disposable income, and you're not taking all of those into account. I also want to make a point that you're talking about the carbon tax, but it's going to lead to fuel poverty for people. And you're not giving enough money to SEAI for the home insulation grants, because I've tried to get grants for people to insulate their homes and I can't get them. And yet we're hearing the lovely aspirational announcements. But you're not meeting the people halfway. You're not taking a position, a reasonable position. It's actually a very extreme and radical position that you're taking in terms of embracing green policy without thinking, again, about the impact that it's going to have on people's lives. And if there was just common sense and a bit of balance, and of course we want to do our best for the environment, but there needs to be a sense of realism. Abandon the unrealistic, radical policies that you're trying to implement that's leading to hardship for people. It's leading to job losses for people. I mean, are people meant to sit around all day and look out their windows and plant trees? Is that what they're meant to do? Your policies are leading to a lot of hardship for people, and they're leading to serious job losses. And I think this government needs to wake up.